Hello again, my scripts, and welcome to the mod spotlight for the Electrical Age tutorial series, part 2, energy generation. Now, I'm going to be covering a few pieces. I'm not going to be covering the windmill because it's a little buggy at the moment, and it needs a ground cable to work, but since there's only one output, it just causes batteries to explode. So let me clear out my inventory here. Alright. The first thing I'm going to show is the solar panel, or the advanced solar panel, which, if you put a solar tracker in there, will aim towards the sun and produce as much power as possible. Let me grab the voltage meter, or multimeter, and see how much power we're producing. See, okay, our units is in 7.16 volts. We're getting, oh, it went up one. We're getting 6.61 amps out of it, and it's producing 47.4 watts for update, as far as I know. Output? No, it's inputting. Get that out of here. Alright, as you can see, it's charging. This here means minutes, and this means seconds till it's fully charged. So solar panels, these actually output a quite amount of power. So if you have like a bunch of these, you're gonna need to use like heavy cables and use some sort of battery that, or you're going to use some sort of battery that doesn't explode, or you wire batteries in a series. And I'll explain what that is in a second. Here is a basic turbine setup. Basically, you just put fuel. You have to click this to take fuel first. And with 3 passive heat sinks, this you can set up all the way and it will stay around this range right here. And this produces a little more power and will charge this capacity oriented battery in about 13 minutes. Besides windmills, we're going to look at our other method of energy generation, and that is the water mill, which I have equipped this part of the village with anyway. And as you can see, I have only 1 or 2 water source blocks here. They flow down, they'll come here, flow down more, and keep going, and I have a bunch of water mills set up like this. So if we see how much power we're getting, we're actually getting a lot of power, but somewhat low voltage. And I have a bunch of batteries wired up in parallel, which looks like this. And another good thing about this mod is that it uses Red Power's idea of covering the blocks. So you can take, say, stone bricks, for example, and you can just cover up your wires and hide them. Or your signal transmitters. Now here I have the city's light grid supply. Now, do keep in mind that you will need to put this low voltage cable in there. Right-clicking this with a wrench, it's such good animation. Just look at the animation. Just look at it. Anyway, if you right-click with a wrench, it'll accept the wire from a different side instead. I have a daylight sensor up here, and a voltage relay here, set to normally closed. So when this stops outputting a signal, this will let voltage go through and power our street lights, which I only have 1 wired up so far. And you can... Okay, that was weird. You can cover it up with stone bricks and such. I also have a power monitor here. Oops. You can also cover up this with stone bricks, but I'm not sure if you want to. This is actually maxed out at 100%. I forget what I have it for. I think it's voltage. Anyway, that's maxed out at the moment, so we have pretty good voltage. Now, if we go over here, another villager fell into my wiring trench. Oh, sorry for the mess of bricks everywhere. I had an incident with too much power. And I actually had to redo this entire road almost. I upgraded this one house. It looks pretty nice in my opinion. If I can, okay. I have lights hung up in here. Very, very nice modeling and animation for swinging lights. However, I have noticed if it is raining outside, these will just swing wildly even though they're inside. So, I think that should be toned down a little bit if they're on the inside. Anyway, these are hooked up to this. You have to have a cable in here to connect it to your lamp supply box. And you have to have a bulb, which only lasts so long. Okay? As you can see, I have wiring that goes from this brick, out that brick, and down into the ground over there. And this has house 1, you still need a voltage cable for it. So, this is a nice house. You can wire up these differently. Let's say here, you can cover the wires with dirt too, which is really good. Makes the, I don't think the dirt becomes grass, I don't think. So that could be a small problem. Anyway, this is out here. You could put like a switch here or so if you wanted to turn your lights off or so. But if you have like an infinite power generation here, why would you ever turn your lights off? Okay? Okay, that was power generation. Now let's show your transmission of said power. So you have you have 3 different wires. They can only transport so much power or voltage through them. And I did discover a new use while messing around with batteries, is that you can use these like line explosives. So I'm gonna get out of the battery. No voltage. There we are. Yeah. This is gonna be loud, so probably, maybe turn down your headphones. You can use these as line explosives. Now it doesn't explode every single one, but it does. It is fun. So that's just a basic overlook on your power generation. You can look up all the recipes on NEI, except for making the metal plates. You have to put that through a, which one was it? You have to put it through a 50-volt compressor or 200-volt compressor if you're feeling powerful. And that's about it for all your power generation and transmission. Your power lines. Oh, I forgot to cover series and parallel. We're going to use the basic battery here. This would be considered a series wiring. Yeah. Did I wire something wrong? I don't think so. Alright, we're just gonna keep that at 2. Ah! Why with the explode? Ah! Okay, I found a new bug. Batteries will randomly explode for no absolute reason. Let's just test this actually. We're gonna test this, and we're gonna come back after so we're gonna put down our ground cable first. Alright. This is a series parallel, or not a series wire up. This would provide the most current going through your wires. Alright. Now for a parallel, as I had wired up there, is wired like so. And as you can see, the wire cannot handle it, so we're going to go up to medium here. And as you can see, this will produce more voltage than anything. So, and it'll also carry more power through it. But you're going to need a beefier wire for it, because these wiring up parallel can, if you wire up too many, you'll have a lot of power going through wires. You'll melt your wires, cause explosions like that. Not sure why this didn't explode. Okay, that was why. 2 puny wires. Now, the reason this isn't exploding is because it's using the life-oriented batteries, or the it might be the life. No, it's the capacity-oriented batteries. Let me lock this up again. And they produce very little output, so I wired them up in parallels to get my lights going here. As you can see, the daylight sensor had turned on our voltage relay to this power supply here, and it turned on our single light in our village. So that's about it for power generation. Since I can't wire up a windmill to work, it basically works like a water turbine. And the fact that you just place it, except you don't need water, you just place it. Actually, I can't place it without it exploding. I can do that, if I can find it. You can't place it. All of this has very nice animation and sound effects and such. So, however, this, if I put a wire here, it will output nothing. And if I try attaching, and there's no other output. But anyway, you put a wire on the back of it, and it needs some sort of little block animation here, or square, for this to link up flushly. But this will explode if I try to wire up. So that's it for the power and transmission part of the tutorial series. I will see you people, most likely, in my next video. Goodbye.